What we do know is in the end, when all is said and done, 1 Corinthians chapter 15:28, my favorite verse, says that when all is said and done, at the consummation of the ages, that God will be all in all. And what that means, to be all in all, is that ultimately God has accomplished his objective to make mankind after his likeness. From the very beginning, what God has desired and intended for mankind is that man be made after his likeness. That's the end goal. That's what God is intending for mankind. We are being conformed to the image of his son. Romans, I believe, chapter 8. And then John says that we will be like he is. So that is what's happening, is that God is intending us to become like he is. And we are shown a perfect example of that in his son, because the scriptures say that the fullness of God dwelt in Christ. So if we want to see what that looks like, for God to be all of someone, we need to look to Christ. Christ is an example of what it looks like for the fullness of God to be dwelt, to be the image of God. That's why Christ is the perfect representation of God. He is the express image of God, which is the ultimate goal that God has for mankind, is to make you the express image of him, to make you after his likeness. And so ultimately, God will be all in you, meaning that the fullness of God will dwell in you, and you will be the express image of God. That's phenomenal if you can wrap your brain around that, that one day the fullness of God will dwell in you, and that while God is in you now, there's still a lot of us in us, but one day the fullness of God will dwell in you, and you will be the express image of God. That's the goal. And it says that that's the case for all, that God will be all in all. So if your theology doesn't reckon with that, you're missing something.